This is the Truth Network.
Welcome, fellow adventurers, to the Masculine Journey Joyride Podcast. This is a brand new show from the guys you know. I'm talking, of course, about the Band of Brothers. My name is Keith, and I'm the producer for Masculine Journey and Masculine Journey After Hours. In this podcast, you will hear funny stories, exchanges, and thought-provoking moments that will amuse you, make you smile, and draw you closer to Jesus Christ in your journey of life. Hey, Joyriders, Joyriders, Joyriders. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Masculine Journey Joyride. With Memorial Day still on their minds, the guys this week discuss more specifically, what are we doing with our freedom? Freedom is a very special thing, a lesson learned with our first taste of freedom. You know, when your parents let you stay home by yourself for the first time. Finally, our time has come. Now your parents are sitting there giving you the rules of the house. Oh, but you don't hear that, nah. All you hear is, So what did we do with our freedom? Well, we ran around the house making all types of noises, watching TV as loud as we want, and eating junk food. Freedom never tasted so good. And from there, your second taste of freedom was probably something like riding along in my automobile. Yeah, our first car. At that point, nothing said freedom quite like the open road. But what of today? What are we doing with our freedom today? Well, for me, as a child of God and a veteran, the privilege to openly praise and worship God is precious because there are Christians around the world who can't. So as you listen to the Masculine Journey this week, consider how you use your freedom. Because whether it's watching TV too loud, riding down the road with no particular place to go, or giving praise and worship to the infinitely holy God, I think we can all agree freedom is pretty awesome. But it does come with a price.
So the question that I ended up being left with is, what things am I concerned about laying in my bed later on saying, I wished I would have done this with my freedom? You know, am I living my life in a way that I'm not going to get there and have this long list of regrets? Or am I using the freedom that God's given me, that living in a free country has given me, all the things, am I using those resources to fight the good fights? Or am I going to get to the end of it and go, wow, I really kind of blew that one? And so it's a good focal point. It's a good thing to say, you know, what do I want to avoid getting there and saying, wow, I wished I would have done this, you know, to go back and fight your enemies or go back and correct things. And so it's a great place for me personally just to be thinking about, okay, am I living intentionally? Is another way of saying that. Am I intentional about the things that I want to do? And so part of the questions, I guess, for me, you know, God's really called us in this ministry to do the boot camps, do the radio show, to do the stuff. And that's some of the stuff that he has us doing to fight for the hearts of others. You know, we all have gotten freedom from boot camp. We've all gotten freedom from those types of things. And so that's our passion for it, is because we found freedom there. And wherever you find freedom is where you find passion a lot of times, that you're passionate about those things. And so helping others find that freedom is really pretty important to me. You know, and it's important to everybody on this team, and that's what bonds us together. I mean, God's what bonds us together, obviously, but the mission is also part of what binds us together.
That vision for freedom that he cast, a lot of times when men come to the boot camps and stuff, I know I didn't have a whole lot of vision for my freedom. It was kind of like a last gasp of really getting the freedom that I desired and hadn't really walked out. But I knew it was promised in the Word. I just didn't really have a template or a map to get there. But I think just that, you know, our testimonies and how we have become free and been able to go on and walk that out. And that is a progressive thing in itself. There's a certain amount of freedom that I walk in today that I didn't, but there's a certain amount of freedom that's available to me that I still haven't walked into yet. Being the truest Andy, being how he created me, is still elusive. It's still not fully there. There's a certain amount that I've walked into, and I want that for everybody to be able to, because I believe that is getting back to the core of who we are as men and how we were created.
Yeah, we're thinking about talking to you about that after the show.
So from the guys of Masculine Journey, I'm Keith, and we'll see you down the road.
This is the Truth Network.